Welcome back to another episode of the Bat Squatch Podcast. It's just another day in the Great Reset. It's just another day in the obliterated, failing Great Reset. How's it going, everybody? What's going on? How is the simulation going? What's been happening, everybody? I just want to say that I appreciate everybody who listens to this podcast. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. So, let's get into some UFOs. So, there was a green UFO that was spotted over Illinois recently. It was photographed and videotaped, so check that out. There was a silver circular ball-shaped UFO that was photographed recently over Taiwan, so check that out. There was a blue cigar-shaped UFO that was photographed over West Virginia recently. That's pretty cool. You don't see a lot of the cigar-shaped UFOs too much anymore. So, check that out. There was a circular gray UFO photographed over Chicago recently. There was a circular silver UFO that was photographed over Turkey. So check that one out. That's a pretty good photo. There was a green circular UFO that was recently photographed over Spain. That's a pretty good picture. And then there was another silver UFO that was photographed over South Africa recently. Check that out. That's a pretty good one. So what's been going on, everybody? Oh, wow. So, whatever happened to monkeypox? Do you guys... Where did monkeypox go? What happened to monkeypox? I thought it was going to be the next wave of disease, right? It was supposed to overtake the world. Monkeypox. What happened? Well, it's another bunch of bullshit. Another lie. More propaganda. Just more lies to put you into fear. Have you guys seen the Halloween costume of Kim Kardashian, where she's literally dressed up as a reptilian? Now, that wouldn't necessarily be something that's, out of the ordinary, but it wasn't just any reptilian. She was dressed up as a pale white reptilian. And if you've done your research, you know that the Draco reptilians are pale. They are pale white. Okay? The evil reptilians are pale white. Who are the ones involved in the world governments? The Draco reptilians. The fact that she dressed up as a white reptilian says a lot. Now, it's no secret that the Kardashians are part of the Illuminati. Of course they are. The Kardashians have made regular appearances at the cloning centers and different Illuminati meeting places. They are part of the Illuminati, and I think the fact that she's dressing up as a reptilian is she's giving honor to her honor to her overlords. She's honoring the lizards who put her into power. Excuse me. She's honoring the lizards that give her millions of dollars, the lizards that gave her fame and wealth through the Illuminati ritual. The same ritual that Taylor Swift has performed, the same ritual that the majority of celebrities have performed themselves. The ritual includes drinking blood, performing a black magic ceremony, and participating in an orgy. It also includes meeting the reptilians, and at the end of that ritual, the celebrity or the politician agrees to have anywhere between 1 to 3 different entities using their body while they are in public. This is a ritual that is overseen by the archons, by the reptilians, and by David Spade himself. Because David Spade is the leader of the Illuminati. Speaking of celebrities, have you guys seen all the celebrities who all of a sudden they look 25 years old and they're in their 40s and 50s? Christina Aguilera has recently come out in public and she looks like she's 25 years old. Lindsay Lohan has come out in public and she looks like she's 25 years old. Shania Twain. Shania Twain has been on tour recently, and Shania Twain doesn't look like herself. She looks like a completely different person. Obviously, she's been replaced with a clone. Christina Aguilera, Lindsay Lohan, all these different celebrities who look like they're 25 have been replaced by clones or robots. Clones or robots. Now, you could make the argument that Shania Twain simply had botched plastic surgery, but she's unrecognizable. It's way far beyond plastic surgery. She literally looks like someone else. Go and take a look at the pictures of her before and after, and you'll see that's not her. That's an entirely different person. Much like you saw with Joe Biden being replaced by clones, robots, and actors. Impersonators, you name it. The majority of the time, Joe Biden was played by a clone. Joe Biden died a long time ago. Go and take a look at the pictures or the videos of Joe Biden during the Obama administration, and you'll see a completely different person. Why are these celebrities being replaced with clones and robots? Well, it's really simple. The White Hats, the Positive Navy, and the Galactic Federation have arrested these celebrities and taken them to Guantanamo Bay to be charged for treason and crimes against humanity and crimes against children, crimes of drinking blood, participating in the destruction of the planet Earth. Now, a lot of this has happened because David Spade has joined forces with the reptilians and the archons. David Spade is the one who approaches the celebrity or the politician and asks them if they want to join the Illuminati. So let's see. Speaking of politicians, Trump just won the election in a huge landslide victory. Trump is now the 47th president of the United States Corporation. The United States Corporation. But I would also like to remind you that Trump is the 9th president, number 9, the 9th president of the Republic of the United States of America. The Republic. Because remember, Trump restored the Republic of the United States when he took office the first time by signing the Insurrection Act, and he became the 9th president. Trump was originally asked to run for president by the secret space program within the Navy, and also by the White Hats. I also want to point out that Trump won the election in 2020 as well. And that's been well documented publicly, and it's been documented excuse me. It's been documented on blockchain. Blockchain has the record of the 2020 vote where Trump was elected as the 46th president of the United States Corporation. So now that Trump holds the presidency of the United States Corporation and also of the Republic of the United States, things have changed spiritually, and things have changed within space and the 4th dimension and the 5th dimension. A lot of the celebrities and politicians are going to lose their supply of adrenochrome. They're going to lose their supply of blood. They're going to have to go through with blood withdrawal. They will go through blood drinking withdrawal. They will go through adrenochrome withdrawal, and they will age rapidly. Trump won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College vote. He also won the House and Senate. A lot of the celebrities you see are just clones. when the celebrities say they're going to move out of the country, that's a clone. The real celebrity has already been arrested and taken to Guantanamo Bay. All the celebrity endorsements couldn't win Kamala Harris the presidency because the Illuminati and David Spade are not in power anymore. They still wield influence in different areas, and they can still do some things in different areas of society. But you have to remember that they are being hunted. A person who is being hunted is not a ruler. A person being hunted has to go from place to place to stay alive. That's why you're seeing things the way they are. That's why things are not connected in a steady flow anymore with government, with celebrities, and with the deep state. The system and the network has been interrupted. The system they use. David Spade and the Illuminati and the reptiles, they have to move from place to place, in and out of dimensions, because they're being hunted down by the Galactic Federation and by the White Hats. Now that Trump has gone into the position of the president of the corporation, things will move much faster. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on November 6th and November 7th, you could feel a massive flow of energy coming from the earth, coming from the ether, coming from Source, the Creator, God, coming from Christ consciousness, and also from all of the benevolent spaceships in our atmosphere. There was a huge shift into a higher dimensional timeline. We shifted into a new timeline that's bringing us into a higher vibrational future and a golden age. Now, I would like to remind you guys that we entered the age of Aquarius on December 21st, 2020. That's why you saw an attempt by the Illuminati in the form of COVID-19 to lower the vibration of the planet, because the planet went up in a higher frequency. So they created a fake idea of COVID-19. COVID-19 does not exist. It has never existed. It is a lie. It is a fiction. There has never been one single sample of COVID-19 proven to exist. There's never been one single sample of COVID-19 shown under a microscope or shown in any physical way, ever. COVID-19 does not exist. It was a lie. If you look at the SPARS documents, they said they would use the flu, the seasonal flu, rename it as a disease, and use that as a system of controlling the population and moving them into a control system. This backfired on the Illuminati because it woke up a lot of people, because people were forced into introspection. They were forced to go within themselves and analyze their lives, analyze their thoughts, and it created a more spiritual population. This is the pattern. Everything the Illuminati does since 2020 backfires on them because we are in the age of Aquarius. Now, I see a lot of podcasters and people talking about how after Trump got elected, we have now entered into a golden age. A golden age. I find it comical that people, podcasters and people in the UFO and spiritual communities are saying that after Trump got elected on November 5th, the next day on November 6th and 7th, and during that entire week, people in the UFO and the spiritual community are saying we have entered into a golden age. These are the same people who say that the New Age movement is evil, right? This is hilarious to me because in the 1970s, the people at the beginning of the actual New Age movement, they said that in the future we would enter into a golden age or a new age of society, a positive future, a new age of humanity, right? A golden age. The New Age movement back in the 1970s, they used the term golden age. This is, of course, based upon Helena Blavatsky, based upon Hinduism and the Yuga cycles. That doesn't mean that it's a bunch of bullshit. Now, I would like to remind you that the New Age movement was hijacked by Stanford Research and the CIA in 1968. It was intentionally hijacked and demonized by Stanford Research and the CIA to counteract the Age of Aquarius, to counteract the Galactic Federation and the Ascended Masters and God, Source, Creator. Because the CIA and the Illuminati, they knew that this planet, the soul of this planet is ascending, and nothing can stop her from ascending to the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimensions. So they chose to hijack the New Age movement and turn it into a joke, to make it a source of evil for people in the UFO and the spirituality communities. Now, every time you mention the term New Age at a UFO or spiritual conference or to these people, they look at you like they want to punch you in the face because they've been brainwashed into thinking that everything in the New Age is evil. The same way that New Age people think that everything is love and light and there is no evil, and that you attract evil if you mention it, which you don't. But that was part of the hijacking of the New Age community and the philosophy. Helena Blavatsky never said that everything is love and light, did she? No, she did not. So why would anyone in the New Age community ever say that? I will tell you why, because it was hijacked by the CIA and Stanford Research. So every time you get triggered by the term New Age, You're playing right into their game. You're playing right into their hands, doing exactly what they want. They want you to think of the term New Age as evil, and that it is only one-sided, which it isn't. If you go back and look at the New Age philosophy in the late 60s and the early 70s, it was completely different. They acknowledged good and evil. They did not believe everything was love and light. They did not believe any of that stuff. It was simply a new philosophy based upon Hinduism and the Kali Yuga cycles, or the ending of the Kali Yuga. Okay? The astrology says that the Kali Yuga ends December 21st, 2020. So don't get caught up in the ideas that New Age is all evil. Do you see? Blanket statements are how they hijacked the New Age. Do you understand? Just because something says New Age doesn't mean that it's all love and light, and it doesn't mean that it's all evil. You understand what I'm saying? They hijacked it. They hijacked it just like they hijacked every other, they hijacked the entire 1960s hippie movement as well. The hippies weren't a demonized, crazy, sex-filled, murderous system. It was a genuinely inspired by source, creator movement that was trying to bring us into a spiritual and higher vibrational time. But that got hijacked. And it was not the LSD that hijacked the hippie movement. And it wasn't a sense of laziness that hijacked the beatnik movement in the 50s either. Both of these systems were hijacked by the government and the CIA. But the government did not create these movements. The government did not create the hippies and the beatniks. These were things that were naturally occurring through spiritual inspiration, coming from the higher dimensions and from the earth herself. These movements were hijacked and demonized, so people would think they're a joke. Just like the UFO movement. The UFO movement has been hijacked and everybody thinks it's a joke. Spirituality was hijacked. You have to look at things through your heart space. You have to look at things through your higher self. You have to look at things through the soul that's inside of your body so you can know the truth. You can know the truth about everything if you connect to the soul inside of you. That's why the Ascended Masters all said to go within. Go within yourself. That's how you can find the truth, okay? Okay. I just think that it's hilarious that people who have singing bowls, who burn incense, who meditate, who have statues of Buddha, who believe in archangels, who believe in ascended masters, and who see UFOs and all this sort of stuff, But yet they don't consider themselves to be New Age. I find that hilarious. Hilarious. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. The New Age started out good. The hippie movement started out good. The beatnik movement started out good. And it got demonized by the government, by the CIA. Okay? Don't play into their hands. Don't play their game. These are not evil movements. The government made you think that they were evil. Okay? Okay, guys. So 2 days after Trump was elected, the stock market hit an all-time high. Hamas called for peace. Bitcoin hit an all-time high. The EU decided to use U.S. gas. China called Trump and wants peace. Putin wants to end the war in Ukraine. It's not a coincidence, guys. Trump will literally destroy these people or these government officials. Trump will go after these government officials if they don't start practicing peace. The celebrities like Oprah Winfrey, who all endorsed Kamala Harris, were paid millions of dollars. Oprah was paid $1 million. Eminem was paid $1.8 million. Lizzo was paid $3 million. And Megan Thee Stallion was paid $5 million. They were all paid off to endorse Kamala Harris. Isn't that interesting? The same old system in place. Same old system. The same old collapsing system that's on its last legs. It's a sinking ship. Trump has already arrested these people and sent them to Guantanamo Bay. All the public celebrities you see are clones. It's all happening just like it was said it's going to happen in the Hopi prophecy. You guys remember the Hopi prophecy of the fourth world? In the Hopi prophecy, it says that the sky will look like cobwebs. The sky will look like cobwebs. And that's the chemtrails you see. The chemtrails are the cobwebs. The Hopi prophecy also says that a man with a red hat will rise to power and cleanse or bring in an age of purification. An age of purification. Or what is that? Or in other words, a new age, right? In other words, a golden age. A golden age. The Treta Yuga. The Treta Yuga. That's what we're in. We are literally in the golden age of the Yuga cycles. We entered the golden age of the Yuga cycles on December 21st, 2020. It's real simple astrology to calculate that. You can do it yourself. It's really easy. If you really want to see how that really happened, you can go and look at Paramahansa Yogananda from Autobiography of a Yogi. And you can see his guru, his teacher, his guru is the one who calculated this. Sri Yukswar was his teacher. He's the one who calculated that the end of the Kali Yuga is December 21st, 2020. He's the one who calculated that. Now you can believe whatever you want. I don't care. But when you have someone who's connected to Source, Creator, that much. These are the people who have truth. They're living embodiments of truth. Much like Babaji, the guru, the living Christ on this planet is named Babaji. He lives in India. He lives in the Himalayas. He's immortal. He cannot die. The reptilians are scared of him. The archons are scared of him because he is a living Christ. Christ is a title. Christ consciousness is a higher vibration. That's when you become an ascended master. It's the same. It's all similar. It's all similar. Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Kuan Yin consciousness, White Eagle consciousness. It's all the same vibration. That's why they all taught the same stuff. You can pick whatever title you want as consciousness, but it's all basically ascended master consciousness, connecting yourself to Source Creator, realizing that you are a fractal of Source Creator in a human body. You are not your body. Okay? You are a soul inside of a body. You are a piece of Source inside of a body. That's the truth. And I just want to remind you guys that the latest UAP hearing is on November 13th of this month, so check that out. The UAP hearings are a good thing. That's for the general public so that they can be brought into a higher consciousness. The UAP hearings raise the consciousness of the collective, of the majority population. Well, don't, you know what I mean? A lot of people want to demonize UAP hearings, and you have to realize it's for the general public so they can raise their consciousness, okay? I want to talk about some cryptid stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a phantom kangaroo, but this thing is hilarious, man. The phantom kangaroo has been spotted in North America and in countries where kangaroos aren't supposed to exist. Okay? So the first sighting of a phantom kangaroo was in Richmond, Wisconsin in 1899. 1899 in America, there were kangaroos, okay? There were kangaroos. There was a sighting of a kangaroo in 1958 in Nebraska near a cabin. This guy named Charles Wetzel reported as seeing this 6-foot-tall kangaroo on his property near his cabin in Wisconsin. It was hilarious. And there was another sighting in 1981 that was in Utah. There was a kangaroo hopping around in Utah in 1981. Isn't that crazy? This is crazy stuff. I love the idea of a phantom kangaroo hopping around in America, and it just freaks people out because not only is it a kangaroo, which is enough to freak you out, but also the thing is 6 foot tall. This thing's got muscles, and kangaroos are good at boxing. So, and that's what you would expect for a cryptid or a phantom type creature. A creature type of a kangaroo is going to be tall, just like all the other creatures. Like the majority of cryptids, they're gigantic, right? They're huge. They're 7 foot tall minimum. They go up to they get gigantic, like 40, 50 feet tall, some of them. It's crazy. Not the kangaroos, but just cryptid creatures in general. There was another sighting, I believe it was in 1999. This guy, this is a lady, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 1999, Louise Eckhart in Iowa. She's a rancher, so she's got this ranch. She's out there one day and she sees this giant kangaroo hopping around, and she's like, "What in the hell is that thing?" She's like, "This is America. We're not supposed to have kangaroos." You know, isn't that crazy? And then there was another, that was in August of 1999, August 4th. I believe it was August 4th. That's when Louise Eckhart saw that kangaroo on her ranch in 1999. Then there was another sighting on August 25th of 1999, in another one in Iowa. I think it was Ottumwa, Iowa. Another sighting. And then you had a sighting. You had a phantom kangaroo sighting in 2002, and then in 2009, and both of these sightings were near Mayama Mountain in Japan. These phantom kangaroos were seen in Japan, at Mayama Mountain. A lot of people saw these creatures hopping around. And then there was a sighting. If I remember correctly, there was a sighting in 2000 of four different phantom kangaroos in London, England. 4 different phantom kangaroos spotted in London, England. That was in 2000. Now, the thing about these phantom kangaroos, they don't call them a phantom for no reason, because in the majority of the sightings, the people see these kangaroos and they literally hop away and disappear into thin air. You see what I mean? So what you've got is what appears to me to be a interdimensional kangaroo, right? Or you can simply have kangaroos going through portals. Or you can simply say that kangaroos are everywhere and always have been. Because remember, the continent of Pangaea, when all the land masses were connected, I think all of the creatures were everywhere during that time. And I think what's happened is that a lot of these animals and these creatures have gone underground and live in underground tunnels, and they go through different areas. And when you go into the underground tunnels, you have to really be careful of portals. You have to really be careful with areas. And I think some of these creatures, they live in the inner earth, and they live in these underground tunnels, and occasionally they'll go through a portal. And remember, the portals go back and forth. So these creatures will come out of a portal and then they'll pop up in Iowa, they'll pop up in Japan, and then the creature goes back through the portal, back to the inner earth, or goes back to the underground tunnels. That's what I think is a possibility, and I think it's all of the above, to be honest with you. I think it's everything. I think that kangaroos are probably in America, and they're probably going through portals. They're probably going through interdimensional. And yeah, I bet you that there is a species of aliens who are kangaroos who fly spaceships. I bet you that they exist, because I'll tell you, there are cockroach aliens who fly spaceships, who are extremely advanced in technology, who are from higher dimensions and different planets, who are cockroaches who have human bodies. So they have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a cockroach head. And they fly spaceships. They're flying around in space and through different inner dimensions and things like that. So I think that there is a species of aliens who are kangaroos who fly spaceships, just like everything else. You've got dolphins who fly spaceships. You've got Bigfoot who fly spaceships. You've got dog people who look like Lassie, who look like Benji, look like all these different dogs, and they're flying spaceships. They got wiener dogs that are flying spaceships that are 8 feet tall. You got every creature out there that's in an ascended form flying a spaceship. It's got advanced technology coming from advanced societies and different planets and dimensions, much more advanced than we are here, much more advanced than we are today. So I just, keep an open mind about, because I think that these people who saw the phantom kangaroo are telling the truth. These are a lot of good, decent people in Japan, good, decent people in Iowa and in Wisconsin. They're telling you the truth. These are good people who are telling you honest accounts of what they saw when they saw the phantom kangaroo. Okay? All right, guys. I really appreciate you listening to this podcast. It really means a lot to me. I just want to say that my podcast is on YouTube, and it's on Rumble because Spotify censored me. And I appreciate you listening. And I hope that this podcast can make you laugh and makes you feel happy. And I'm just telling you the truth. Okay? So be sure to just meditate. Just meditate. That's all you got to do, and you'll ascend to the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimensions. You'll make a connection to Source, the Creator, and you'll be fine. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this podcast. And check out my Instagram and my Twitter or my X, my page on X. And remember, go to the gym every day, smoke weed every day, eat healthy, meditate every day, stop drinking alcohol, and don't forget the dark chocolate. All right, guys? All right. Take it easy.